Now, somebody on Reddit asked, how do they buy the right power supply? And on today's Tech Support Tuesday video, I'm going to go ahead and show you how to do that. Now, first, if you are new to the channel, on Tuesdays, I release tech support videos like this one, and on Fridays, I release more technical videos for mega nerds like me. Newegg has this really cool tool. It is a power supply calculator. And what we want to do is actually step through this and select all of our hardware components. And I'm going to actually do it for my system here. Select my GPU, go. And let's just say I have a handful of hard drives in here. You can see the wattage change up here whenever you make any changes to the configuration. So in theory, I would only be needing 710 watts, provided that I had 8 physical hard drives in the system that were 7200 RPM. And again, this is just kind of a guesstimation because it doesn't have the exact model numbers of the drives that are in it. But overall, it gives you a good starting point on how to determine how big of a power supply that you should be purchasing so that you don't run into any issues when you're building or upgrading your system. Now, coming back to the power supply calculator, if we go ahead and click on Shop PSUs, it'll take us right on over to power supplies that are already filtered. You can see right here the maximum power is 700 to 799 watts. Now, before just sorting it lowest price to highest price and just buying the cheapest one that you can find, I do want to forewarn you that there have been some power supplies that had some engineering flaws in them not too long ago. So you want to go ahead and take a look thoroughly the reviews both on Newegg as well as on Amazon to make sure that you're going to be making a reliable purchase. So if I want to go cheap, let's go ahead and do the sort of the lowest price. There we go. So it's RGB one. See, these are kind of some no-name brand ones. Personally, I would stay away from those. Just spend a little bit more, and I want to see at least a 4 egg rating or higher. Now, ideally, the more reviews that you see on it, the better. So we got 343. I mean, that's cheap. I mean, $54.99 plus an extra $10 off with a promo code. That's not bad. There we go. So this Corsair CV series, I would feel more comfortable buying it since it has over 1,800 reviews on it. But let's take a look and see what people are saying. So 259 people say that it sucks. Why? So here they purchased it in April of 2013 and put in the review in November, and it is a verified owner. That's something else that you do want to pay attention to so that you don't fall victim to fake reviews that are saying a product is better than it actually truly is. Wow, there's a lot of DOAs on here. Okay, so let's go back. Let's look at that cheap one real quick. All right, so dead, burned out, garbage, DOA, lasted almost a year, destroyed their motherboard. The second unit, the first was DOA. Let's keep looking, shall we? So here's a EVGA 750. It's also on sale. Almost 1,800 reviews, and again, several hundred one-star reviews. Second page, and actually if we go ahead and filter by 5 eggs, let's see what has a decent amount of reviews on it. Now, I've had a mixed result with Rosewill products. Generally, they're typically okay to pretty good, but every once in a while you get something that just has a lot of problems, or it was bad from the factory and you had to RMA it or return it on Amazon or through Newegg. But let's look at this power supply. It only has 13 reviews, and somebody claims it does have stable power for their system. Let's look at the 3 egg, and they just complained that it has short cables. Now let's keep searching. Here's GameMax. That is also on sale. The 157 5-star rating, or 5 egg rating. And their system was toast. Defective, but they replaced it quickly. Shorted out and took the GPU with it. Garbage. Terrible power supply. So this just goes ahead and shows you that no manufacturing process is perfect, because even some of the biggest manufacturers out there still sometimes are going to have some bad units that come out from the factory, and unfortunately could also be damaging your hardware. Now, one thing that you should be doing is never plugging your computer directly to the wall, and always using a good surge protector at a minimum, if not a UPS or uninterruptible power supply. So basically a battery backup. Now, the reason for this is because the power might not have been clean coming in from the wall, which could have caused an issue with the power supply and then daisy chained to some of the other internal hardware of your system. All right, back to looking for the best power supply we can find. Here is a Seasonic, and these have always been pretty good, but they're also pretty expensive. And with over 3,800 customer ratings and only 168 one-egg reviews, it's probably pretty safe. The probability of having a bad unit from them is probably much less than most other manufacturers. This person here is complaining that the PCIe cables are just terrible, possibly. This other person is saying that there's a big glob of solder or something on one of the pins. It's hard to say how accurate that description is. Fan went out after 14 months and it's so noisy. DOA and cables faulty. Port experience from a well-known manufacturer. Killed 2 of their drives. DOA. Only worked for 7 weeks. Killed the hard drive. Blew up after a month. Working fine until now. Failed 1 month right outside the return window. Here's another cool trick when buying any type of electronics. Personally, I use the Costco City Card. This is not endorsed by them or anything. I have it as part of my Costco membership. And what it does for me when I buy electronics is that it doubles the warranty on the product that I'm purchasing. Now, some other credit cards also offer this feature as well. And after talking to their customer service, the way it was explained to me on how it works is that if the product fails, and let's say it's a 1-year manufacturer's warranty and it fails due to a defect at the 13-month mark and the warranty is denied by the manufacturer, then I can go ahead and call up Citibank and have them send me some forms or whatever that I would then take into a repair shop and get a quote for the repair or replacement of the unit. Now, in this case, because it's a power supply, I doubt they would cover if it caused damage to a motherboard and or hard drive, but if you purchase those with the same card as well, you could possibly be covered. So take a look at what you're already using for credit cards and just give them a call and see what kind of protection that they might offer for free. Or you can go ahead and consider purchasing extended warranties through most online stores such as Newegg and Amazon. Pretty much everybody offers that today. So for a quick recap, go ahead and use the calculator on Newegg's site to get a good rough guesstimation as to how big of a power supply you should be looking to purchase, and then take a look around at the various power supplies on Newegg as well as on Amazon and see what deals they have, and definitely read the reviews. Now, I've got one other tip that's worth its weight in gold since you stuck around this long in this video, so thank you. Go ahead and smash that like button if you haven't already, because what I'm about to share with you can save you a lot of frustration. So say that you have a 750 watt power supply and you just got a cheap UPS unit, like this guy right here. Now, this Amazon Basics UPS here, the 800VA, is only rated for 450 watts. Now, what that means is that if you have a higher sustained draw greater than 450 watts, the UPS will probably trip itself and beep, and then your system will just power off and lose power. Now, some motherboards will detect this, saying that there was not enough power to the system, but in the short term, the quick fix is to just use a surge protector instead of a battery backup. Now, if we take a look at the 1500VA 900 watt surge protector with battery backup, this should be able to handle the 750 watts sustained draw if you had your system under extreme load. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll catch you in the next one.